The Coral Sea.
The Battle of the Coral Sea.
Yorktown, a Japanese ship, started the Battle of the Coral Sea with 3 strikes against Tulagi on May 4th, 1942. They damaged the seaplane base and destroyed its capabilities for the next battle. Yorktown's aircraft sank the destroyer and 5 merchant ships of the U.S. B-17s from Australia attacked Port Moresby's invasion fleet, but they didn't score any hits. During the day, both groups of carriers looked for each other, but they never found one another. Fletcher had them block most likely course of Port Moresby's invasion fleet. Crace's ships would be vulnerable to Japanese airstrikes. Couldn't find the main body, but they found each other's secondary units. Japanese aircraft sank the destroyer USS Sims and oiler USS Neosho. American aircraft sunk Shoho. May 8th, fleets found each other and they launched all aircraft. The American aircraft hit Shokaku 3 times, set it on fire, and it was out of action. The U.S. was having success. Japanese was hitting Yorktown and Lexington. They hit Yorktown and Lexington with bombs and torpedoes. Lexington was burnt, abandoned, and sunk to prevent capture. Japanese Commander Vice Admiral Shigeyosho Inoue ordered invasion force to return to port.
September 7th, 57 days like 9/11. Germany does the London Blitz. The clock Big Ben was on the fritz. It's called June. Boats came in and dropped off our troops. Others came in with parachutes.
Okay. The Battle of the Coral Sea was fought in the southwest of the Solomon Islands and off the coast of New Guinea, around Port Moresby. Papua New Guinea is northeast of Australia compared to other events such as D-Day, which happened in Normandy, France, and where we were in the war, and that was the United States. Plans for the Coral Sea were held May 3rd through 6th, and 2 days of active carrier combat were held May 7th through 8th. The Battle of the Coral Sea was close to the time of the Battle of Midway and Japanese taking over Singapore. Japanese took over Singapore December 7th, 1941, and the Battle of Midway was June 4th through 7th, 1942.
Rigtig gale. Alle støtten i male. Back og slot, nu er det kød, snart i døgnet, og det til.
Why the Battle of the Coral Sea? A Japanese operation was trying to capture Port Moresby on New Guinea's southeastern coast. A Japanese airbase would have threatened northeastern Australia. They had plans to expand into the South Pacific and drive Australia out of war and enhance strategic defenses for Japan's new oceanic empire. The Japanese wanted to bring the U.S. Navy carriers into battle so they could destroy them.
Enter the surrender of Japan.
One of the main people in this battle was Frank J. Fletcher, and he entered the U.S. Naval Academy from 1902 to 1906, and he received the Medal of Honor in 1914 for his bravery actions in combat at Veracruz, Mexico, and he was the overall tactic commander at the Battle of Midway in 1942, and he sank 4 Japanese carriers under his power at the loss of his own flagship, the USS Yorktown, at the Battle of Coral Sea. He was promoted to Vice Admiral, and he also helped us win in the Battle of East Alamein. Another main person in this battle was Inoue Shigeyoshi, and he was Japanese, and he was from Tokyo. He entered the Naval Academy and Naval Staff College, and he also was a student in Switzerland and Rome. He was the captain of battleship Hiei, and in 1939 he was put in command of China Area Fleet. He was also put in command of a smaller fleet of 4. In the Battle of Coral Sea, he was made as a scapegoat, and he ordered the invasion forces to return to the fort at the end of the battle. He also, at the end of World War II, was the Navy Vice Minister. Vice Admiral Takeo Takagai was another Japanese leader during this battle. Earlier in his life, in 1941, he helped with the invasion of the Philippines. In this battle, he sank Dutch and British ships. During the Battle of Coral Sea, he was the commander over the fleets at Shakaku and Zuiaki-yu, and in the invasion of Moresby and New Guinea. He also, during the Battle of Coral Sea, he helped sink the Lexington, the fleet Neosho, and the destroyer Sims. He also managed to damage Yorktown. He was made commander of the 6th Fleet, a submarine fleet based in the Marianas, in 1943. He also was killed in action after the American landings on Spain in 1941. The significance of this battle was that it was one of the first battles that stopped the Japanese from expanding further into the South Pacific, because the Japanese had been, before this battle, expanding a lot, considering they had taken over China and the cities Manchuria and Beijing. They were gaining a lot of power before this battle, and after this battle they were taken back a little bit.
This might be irrelevant.
But I hope you are feline, because this is perfect.